tuned. The stream is about to begin.
All right, my English teacher friends. So as a little kid, I used to watch the G.I. Joe cartoons. I was obsessed with all things G.I. Joe. And at the end of every episode, they used to say, and knowing is half the battle. And one of the things that I know dearly is that a lot of my kids engage in fake reading when it comes time for literature circles and choice reads. So in this explainer video, I schemed up like 10 strategies that I'm hoping can help me put the kibosh on the fake reading. So if that's a phenomena that you experience in your classroom, I'm hoping that this explainer video serves you well. All right, my English teacher friends, let's hunker into the objective for this lesson. So it is this. This lesson will help put the kibosh on fake reading by engaging students in creative discussion-based accountability strategies that demand authentic interaction with the text. Through collaborative activities, evidence-driven conversation, and higher-level thinking tasks, students will move beyond surface-level plot recall and develop stronger reading comprehension and analytical skills. So one of the things that I said earlier is that I'm always amazed when I get to the end of the quarter, and I know who's fake reading, and I'm like, damn, their grade is so high. Like, why is this happening? And I don't want to be vindictive or petty or anything like that, but I really want to make reading requisite in my classroom and not make it so easy to pass my course when kids are, just snuffing along doing the bare minimum. I don't think that's fair to the other students. So we're going to go over 10 strategies right now. And here's the first one. The 1-minute ambush conversation. I really like this one. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's like a quick conversational quiz that I can do. So it says, instead of quizzes, randomly sit beside students for a 60-second conversation. Ask bizarrely specific but low-stakes questions like, which character would absolutely get roasted on TikTok? What object keeps showing up symbolically? What would this character's search history look like? So typically fake readers can't answer those questions, and they're not gotcha questions, right? Those are annoying. I don't want to be that nitpicky teacher, but enable students to say something substantive about the text and really make sure that their nose is in those texts and that they're scouring them carefully. Here's number 2, reading GPS checkpoints. Every few chapters, students drop a GPS pin on where they are, what confused them, one prediction, one quote, and one wait, what moment. Make it visual, use giant maps, sticky notes, or digital boards. Students who fake read usually can't sustain evolving predictions over time. I've used this one just once this past year, and it worked really well. And I was able to have some conversations with students and just of the nature of like, hey, you got to pick up your game. And, faking is not going to be acceptable in my classroom. Number 3 is the forgery test. Have students create one real quote from the reading and one fake quote they invented that sounds believable. Groups try to identify the forgery. To make a convincing fake, students actually need to understand voice style and characterization. I rely on this one a lot. So during our Gatsby unit, I had a lot of students that just really weren't into Gatsby, and I get it. It's kind of an outdated text, but I love it. I love teaching it. And students were able to write some really good fake quotes and were able to dupe each other. So it ended up being a pretty successful measure of assessment. Number 4 is the book talk speed dating. Students rotate every 2 minutes discussing favorite moment, most annoying character, weirdest line, strongest theme, etc. Here's the twist. Students can't repeat answers. Fake readers will immediately run out of materials to sustain that conversation. Number 5 is the receipts rule. Any opinion must be followed by what's your receipt. Students need a quote, paraphrase, page reference, or scene explanation before speaking. Eventually becomes classroom culture. Claim equals evidence immediately. And again, fake readers can't do this all that well. So over time, the more that I do this and run these activities, it puts the pressure on kids to step up, and that's what I'm striving to do. Number 6, literature circle jobs that don't feel like school. So I've used the role method a lot in my career, and it's not the most effective thing to do. So I'm going this way. So avoid stale jobs like discussion director. Instead, try defense attorney, defend a villain, therapist, diagnose a character flaw, conspiracy theorist, explain hidden symbolism, the playlist curator, soundtrack chapters, detective, track lies, inconsistencies, the meme historian, create memes that summarize conflict. I love this one. And you absolutely cannot be a fake reader and survive this task. I think it works very well. Number 7 is the annotation marketplace. Students sell one annotation to classmates. The best insight, the funniest reaction, strongest connection, best question. Others can buy the annotation with fake classroom currency. Kids suddenly care about producing authentic thinking instead of surface level highlighting. Again, you're catching my gist here. Fake readers are going to be excluded from this, and it puts a little bit of social pressure on them to step up in larger ways. Number 8 is the cold open writing prompts. So I've been teaching 25 years, and I'm guilty of leaning too heavily on reading quizzes. And even my fake readers end up passing those. Like, fake readers typically aren't grade motivated, but they're like, cool, man, I got a 75 or I got an 80, and they're content with that. And I want to put an end to that. So begin class with tiny prompts only. Readers can answer quickly, like, what was the most uncomfortable scene so far? Who has the most power right now? What's a line that reveals the author's attitude? Collect them immediately, no prep time, less reliance on Spark Notes. So Spark Notes cannot save you in an activity like this. Number 9. The scene missing challenge. So groups recreate a scene as a courtroom trial, reality TV episode, podcast interview, sports commentary, police interrogation, or text message thread. Students who actually read naturally dominate because they know details, motivations, and tones. So one of the things that we did, which was really cool, we're not allowed cell phones in school, so we used our Chromebooks. And we were just emailing each other and had this big email thread that read like a text message thread. And again, you're easily going to catch the fake readers, and it'll enable you to have some conversations with them. And the last one is reading ladders instead of reading logs. Traditional logs are easy to fake. Instead, students climb ladders, showing increasingly sophisticated engagement. What happened? Why did it happen? Why does it matter? What larger idea is emerging? What pattern keeps repeating? What is the author saying about humanity? Students can't comfortably fake the upper wrongs for too long, right? You got to do some reading and actively engage the text for that to happen. So those are quick little things that you can do to put the proverbial kibosh on fake reading. So if you have any questions or just want to reach out, I'm at teachingwritingcoach@gmail.com. So I'm at the end of my school year. So I'm in New York State in Western New York, and we go until the end of June. We just finished our AP exam. So I'm already thinking about what can I do next year to make things better. There were some things that drove me nuts this year, even 24 years into this experience. So I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and hopefully this serves you well in terms of scheming up some ideas to combat the things that frustrate you as a teacher. So be well for now.